What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be getting into episode 4 of my NFL predictions. Today we have the Jacksonville Jaguars to get into the final team of the AFC South division. If you want to go and check out my other 3 for the AFC South predictions, go and do so. I've made them from the past week or so, but let's dive into the Jaguars season predictions here with the first game against their division rival, Indianapolis Colts. And first game of the year, I do think that the Jaguars are the better team. They will be able to beat the Colts. We move on to a game against the Chiefs, a tough game, a revenge game from the divisional round. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I think they dropped their first loss of the season against Kansas City. We move on to the Texans. I think that they could beat the Texans at home. Then you go to the Jaguars, and I think that they can beat the Falcons. I think that they could beat the Falcons at home to move on to 3-1, and that's a tough game. Falcons, I think, are actually a pretty good team. They are going to be a pretty decent team this year, so don't count out Atlanta. We move on to the Bills. I'm going to go with the Bills on the road. Tough loss there. I think Buffalo's just the better team. The Colts, again, I think that the Jaguars sweep the Colts this season. Then they got a Thursday night game against the Saints. I think that they can get a win on the road. It's not a bad Saints team on the road on Thursday Night Football. I think that they can get their second win of the year. Then we move on to the Steelers on the road in Pittsburgh in that tough environment. I think that Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars are going to struggle right there. But we go into the bye week. The Jaguars find themselves at 5-3. Pretty good as a Week 9 bye. This Jaguars team looking to take a step this season. Let's see if they can continue it. They got a tough game against the 49ers, even with being at home. I think that they're going to drop that one. It's just a tough loss there. Then you got the Tennessee Titans at home. I think that they could beat the Titans. You got a game against the Texans. I think that they can beat Houston. So sweep Houston on the year right there. Then a game against the Bengals on Monday Night Football. I'm actually going to give this one to the Jaguars. I'm going to give them a win. This is a big game here. Two really good teams, in my opinion. And the Jaguars coming into this one, I think this is going to be a win for them to show that they're a legit team, that they can beat anyone. The Bengals can compete with any top team in the NFL, in my opinion. So this would be a massive victory for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Moving on, we have the Cleveland Browns, and I'm going to give them a loss. On the road against Cleveland, that's a tough game. Deshaun Watson, I think, can get the job done for the Browns. Then we're also going to give them a loss for the Ravens. The Ravens need a win here at this point on in the season. I think that they're going to get it just barely, and we're going to see Baltimore upset Jacksonville on the road. And then we got, you were 8-3. 8-4, but you lost 2 straight games. So now you find yourselves at 8-6. You got to bounce back after that. I do think that they can beat the Buccaneers. Then at home against Carolina, I think that they can beat the Panthers. So then you got a game against the Titans, and 10-6. You never know how this could impact seeding. At this point, we know that the Jaguars have won the division in these predictions, but I think that they're honestly going to lose to Tennessee. I think Tennessee's going to play spoiler. If you want my opinions on Tennessee, go to the other video, but I think that Tennessee's a better team than a lot of people are going to anticipate this year, and the Jaguars, I think, the Titans upset the Jacksonville Jaguars. But ultimately, the Jags finish at a 10-7 record, and I would say that's pretty good. Last year, I believe they were 9-8. So taking a step this season, a game up for Trevor Lawrence and this team. I don't know. I don't think they improved all too much this offseason, but I think Trevor Lawrence's development and some of their improvements that they made, I think will give them enough to get another win this year. And this is a tough AFC. So we look at their 10-7 record, obviously. 5-1 in the division really helps being in that weak division, I think. Versus the conference, they finished 6-6. home. There's 6-3 at home, and then 4-4 on the road. And then ignore all this. This doesn't really count. So yeah, that's the Jaguars. Comment down below what your opinions are on this Jaguars season. Anyway, peace out.